Good evening, fellas. Welcome. As promised, an hour and a half today. Made it in time to do one more stream this week. I had to split it up. Normally I do like 2 or 3 hours. But due to time constraints, I had to split it up into separate sessions. So we're gonna do an hour and a half. Let me first set up a few things. Let's see, let's get this out of the way. Let's first answer a few things here. That is awesome. Hey Boris, yes, thank you. I was just reading it. Thank you so much for the solution. We're definitely going to implement it. That's actually pretty great. So basically, I can just add this as like, okay, let's actually let's do this. So basically this would be safe to replace all rockets, even the cyber demons, because you don't really have the change in Z height. So I assume we can just go to let's see the mod directory. We can just add another one here. So we just see the Rust rocket. So we're just gonna name it like this. That's my OCD, I think. There we go. So let's try your solution. I see. Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. So basically, this is all I need to do. And then I need to add it right here to make sure it's included. I think that's it. I'm gonna build a shrine for you in the map in episode 2. Special contributors. Actually, I do have. Let me show you real quick. I was gonna include you anyway. Right here. This is the entrance to a shrine where I will place like statues for each of the you know, persons of interest, or the people who actually contributed like a lot to this project, like you, Festus, Morlanap. You know, there are a few. So I get a special room right here. So let's try it. Did I close my... Yes, I did close the editor. So let's test it. Oh shit. I assume this has to do with the... Oh. That's weird, because the rocket class is defined somewhere. Okay, I think... Normally, yes, it's always loaded. It's right here. Do we need to define it maybe in the file itself? Rocket class replace. Is this maybe... Is this like an actual... Like an actual command? Or is it just like... Does it misinterpret? You mean this one? Line 19. Oh, map options. Okay, hold on. This is line 19. That's the end of the script. Yeah, it's included. Does this order matter? I never knew. Oh my god, you're right. Ah, because it first has to read. I never knew this was like loaded in a set order. Hey, what is up, buddy? Welcome. That is strange, man. I never knew. Well, of course, if rocket is not... I think if you can actually bypass this if you define the rocket in the same script, I think. Okay. Here goes nothing. Yes, it works. Awesome. Awesome. So that means there's no such thing as PFG jumping, is there? Well, there's arch-file jumping, but that's okay. Okay, thank you so much. You provided me with a very simple solution. Well, simple. I mean simple in a way that, you know, requires minimal adjustments to the overall mod. Just one small Z-script file. So thank you so much. This will eliminate the need for all of these, so we can actually remove them. Remove. Oh, yeah, true. But it's kind of like, what I think is funny is that, because the question has been asked before, and I never found this, so I wonder, like, is this known to the general public, so to speak, or to a lot of people? Because this is, well, this works perfectly actually. But I still think it's kind of like weird that you have to go through this, while a simple map info lump could basically, you know, be enough. But yeah, I'm not complaining. It's all good. That because I was that would eliminate the need for this as well. And we can actually, we're probably gonna keep that fence. I kind of like the visual style. Of this one. Gonna like it, so we're probably gonna keep this. But yeah, this is great. Ah, I see. I see. Yeah, that could be. Could be. But I can imagine, like, in modern mapping, it would still remain an issue. I mean, like, it would be something like, I assume level designers would want to disable rocket jumping. So no speedruns, no rocket jump speedruns. I would have to adjust, I think, a few maps in episode 1, because I do have a couple of secrets there which rely on rocket jumping. Let's check the other doors here for the parameters. 202, 24, delay 4 seconds. Oh. Okay. There we go. And we were in the middle of, this is actually pretty great, because I was actually I did calculate in some extra time to actually try and test that mechanic, but you you already did some work, which helped me in a huge way, so I can just focus on continuing monster placement. So thanks again. It's really awesome. Okay, let's see. So we can actually, the player can enter this area early. It's okay. Monsters, I think. My favorite. We're gonna place my favorite monster. This is definitely my favorite Doom 2 monster. Mancubus. I really like the design, like the death animation as well. Maybe place it here, like that. And so he has a little bit of sight. Should the player enter from this area right here? And we're gonna do the ammo and health thing later. Action, monsters. Rocket guy. That's a nice surprise. Very nasty. Now I have to check if you can actually avoid it. You have to think fast. Monsters. Demon right here. We're gonna slowly get out of it. Is there room for a last soul here? I think so. And so this has the ambush. This one does not. I kind of want to create a sound barrier. I think this is actually... Does this already have... This already is separate. Yeah, so the sound, if the player fires here, now what I probably want to do. Can we actually block sound? I want this one to wake up if the player is right here. I can actually do it like this. See what comes out. To define the sound zone. Because if I use ambush, the monster only wakes up if he sees the player, which is not the case. I kind of want to hide it away. Now what I can do is actually create a script, and as soon as the player enters this area, wake him up with a monster and do like a monster hate thing. That is a possible option. Block sound. Oh, it already has block sound. What the hell? So that is a separate area. I'm not convinced, to be honest. Well, let's see. Let's test it out. So we're gonna fire. No, and I don't know. Yes, 2 blocks. True. That was indeed. What I do think is kind of weird is that that on the sound map it does appear as a different color. Oh, okay. Oh yeah. Okay, let's try this one. This should work. No? That's weird. Did I miss something? Do I need to attach these lines as well? Sector colors. I never really understood this. Oh, it is. Ah, I see. So that's the. I just thought it was like the neighboring sectors. Oh, I understand. Okay. I think I forgot one here. Now we got it, I think. Wait. Okay, this is interesting. In the area with the lost soul, press Control S. Shift S and Shift E. And then put the mouse and move the mouse to the outer area. Like this one? Or this one? Ah. It can travel. Wow, that's cool. That is cool. Now it can travel to this one. Now I wonder why, because do full walls do I need to select these as well? Will not travel from the outer area to the inner. Oh, will always block sound. Okay, so Shift S. I have to select this one. Shift E. Okay. Then let's try this one. S, Shift E. It cannot travel. The only thing is if I'm standing right here, it will travel. And this is like, well, yeah, it makes sense because there's no like double line. Okay, I think, I'm not really sure if the player actually can enter this area. That's a cool, cool thing. I never knew. Well, it's okay. There we go. What I need to do, actually, I kind of need to. Player sin would have to. Ah, okay. They can't see the player though. There we go. Thank you so much. That's it. That's what I wanted. I can actually place two in here. There's room. There's one, and there's number two. Awesome. Okay. And here this will be just ammo and health. I think we're gonna place a few ambush. One here. And maybe one here. Let's see. Oh, this is actually a great for some Kako demons, monsters, Kako demon. And they don't need to ambush. Because they can actually, well, they can't really escape. Sound is really loud. Well, they could have flown in from above, so it makes sense. Okay, awesome. We're gonna, maybe it's time for another. Yeah, was thinking the same thing, because it's not really like, it doesn't, like, the creature doesn't have a plasma gun, unlike the Arachnotrons. So it's probably a good idea to replace that sound. I agree. Because it sounds like it's a plasma gun, but you know, it's still not a mechanical creature. So indeed, it doesn't make sense. Let's use a Baron. And I'm gonna block the monsters from going to this specific part. Oh, they still need to move up. Do they need to move up one unit? No. Okay. Probably gonna leave it at these two in the middle here. And have to stuff every room full of monsters. Now what I didn't have is actually ambushes. Yet. And one thing actually that I haven't made enough use of is the monster scare effect. And that is, what I mean by that is actually what it did here. Let me show you real quick. So if you're running, there we go. Because these can be real fun. I use them as monster nests mainly, but I think they can run around free here. The only thing is I need to find a good, like, a good position to place them. Maybe somewhere over here. Ambush players. Let's see. I think this area might be worth using them somewhere. Like right here, this would be perfect actually. Let's build something. There we go. I think 8 on each side, maybe. Let's remove that. Actually, no. 1, 2, 3. I think this is it. Okay. In other words, it has the perfect glow. That's good. There is a red wall here somewhere. Oh, maybe I can use this one. Okay. And let's do the same trick here. Now we're gonna wait. Now he's gonna drop. Even if I put him on dormant, I think. Let's quickly test. Okay, that's new. Let's see. Four, five, six. I have to write it down because I don't want any conflicting tag numbers. So the last one I used is 455. I can actually, because it's only one, I can actually remove this script. I have this one here for the one in the vent, but if this works, so 456. Let's see if this works. Let's try. Unfortunately not. Okay, that didn't go according to plan. Hey, what is up, big eye guy? Welcome. Well, it doesn't work. I think, could it be that this height is... What do I call that thing? It's this. It's an imp head, I think. Spider imp head. Actor enter sector. Wait. Monsters activate. No. No. Activate once only. Weird. Probably the ambush players. That's probably it. That's probably it. Yes. Okay, we're that far. The only thing is, which I find a bit unfortunate, I kind of want to cut out this texture. It's perfect for that, but what is the sector height? 32. So see, this is like, it's kind of like the trites in Doom 3. I kind of wanted to do something similar. I could. I could indeed. That's something to keep in mind, indeed. That would be a solution. Never thought of it. That's actually pretty clever. Yeah. So I'm probably gonna go with the... I'm gonna sacrifice the texture stuff. It's not the end of the world. But I thought it would fit underneath. Now, if that's the only compromise I have to make, I can live with that. No. I think this one maybe. Let's see. Gotta make sure this one blocks players. Just to make sure. Come on. Ah, wait, I think I know what the problem is. He can't jump off. Got an idea. Yeah. Could make the floor scrolling. That's actually a very simple solution. You're very smart, you know that? I was gonna put in a script to thrust the actor, but that's actually even simpler. Yeah, true. Custom, and then the only thing is I kind of forgot what. So it has to be on the X field, I think. $90. no idea. X, Y, does it have? Is this the force or the angle? I'm not really sure. Units per tick, yeah. What would be a good value? I have no idea. What would this be? Well, let's give it a shot. Well, that definitely works. Let's test it again. Because it happened so fast. It's good stuff. So maybe I can leave it like this. Maybe that was the issue all along. Good stuff, man. Yes, indeed, actually. That's something I definitely need to do, and I'm gonna do it right now because I have been... Where do I find it? Ah, here it is. Thank you so much for reminding me, because I've been meaning to do that for a long time. It will save me a lot of time indeed. Now I kind of want to... Bind the key to quitting GZdoom. Let's do that as well. And a key to enable God mode. Can you bind that? Do you have to type it like? Is that correct? No? No. Yes, it is. Cool. Damn, fellas, you make my life a whole lot easier. Can you actually bind? Can you bind one key to like God mode, all ammo, all weapons? Like a chain? Can you do that as well? Don't hit X by accident. Yeah, it's pretty close to the C. Oh, you can. Okay, how do we do that? Bind. It's actually. G and then God. Do we have to separate it like this? Oh, you put in my run commands. Oh, you have to bind it every time. Is that true? Oh no, it still saves. Okay. God. Oh, okay. No, give all is fine. It's just for testing purposes. Cool. Oh wait, it doesn't replenish my ammo? Is that normal? Yeah, it doesn't matter, yeah. Okay. Awesome, fellas, thank you so much. I see you can... Doom is kind of like chess, right? Oh, really? Let's see. Oh, you have to do it like this. Okay. Bind G. Yep, you're correct. So we can actually remove this, put one here. No. No, actually we don't. Let's leave it because I did put the thing hate. No, it did not. Well, this one drops and like without the player shooting. The other one doesn't. That's the difference. Like, if I don't shoot, it doesn't work. Here. See? Only if I shoot. And that is something different for the vent monster. This one works. Also, what is this? That's a leftover, I think. We're off to a good start. One thing I find is weird with this one, like, is it an animation issue here? Because the gun doesn't move if he's just facing forward. Where did the rocket guy go? That's weird. Oh, here. That'll happen here. Maybe he shot himself. It's gonna be an interesting outcome for sure. Seems so small compared to like this room. That's what you get with using textures that are actually too large. I feel like sometimes even in my levels, like the Cyber Demon seems tiny. Maybe the scale is a bit off. Level scale, I mean. Though it doesn't really occur to me during combat, though. Let's see, can we place something here? Well, that's actually not necessary. That's true. I actually tried that, but does it work on all monsters? Because I had mixed results. True. True, true. I don't usually put it on monsters though, like a mini demon would look kind of cute, I think. But you know, usually for like things like lamps and stuff, it works actually very well. I did it to just kind of like make them fit on certain surfaces. It actually works wonders. I think it's pretty cool that these are randomized. It's a nasty one. You have to be careful because this is actually... It sounded like an eagle. Normally I kept it... I make sure that you can always... Man, I made this level... Oh. By the time you reach this area, you would have plenty of weapons and ammo, so that's so good. But I made sure that you, like, this slime is actually, it's damage over time. So it's kind of like, it's building up. So you don't get immediate damage, which actually, like, this makes the rat suit completely optional. Place a rat suit here. I don't know. Probably. Yeah. It's a secret. Okay. And we're gonna place some stuff here on the edge. course. And we got actually some great stuff for this. Radioactive corpse. That's pretty cool, no? I'm gonna place a few of them. And one here to indicate a little secret for 1, 3, 2. Okay. It's not technically not a secret, but oh wait. Backpack. For the explorers, huh? Probably should give it a little earlier in game, like at this section maybe somewhere. Yeah, by the time, yeah, it kind of depends if you start, because you can choose the order in which you play each level. So it could be that you do a pistol start with nothing. It's possible. Do we want to put this in a secret somewhere? Yes, of course we do. What is here? Oh, okay. And then it has to be somewhere over here. Not really sure. I suppose, I think you have the, I think most players will just continue straight forward. Do people check? That would be too high of a reward, no? Where to put it? Somewhere over here. Here perhaps? There's already a secret. Underneath? No wait, we actually did it here. That would be, yeah. Maybe in the first section somewhere. No, nah, let's just leave it. That's fine. Okay, so do we need any more monsters? I wonder. I don't think so. I think we can start. Well, it's not even necessary. There we go. Nothing here. Deliberately, because this will lead you to this part right here. They'll ambush the player. That would be cool if you could do like a flag and like have a corrupted version where you actually it decrements your armor. Okay. Yeah, true. Maybe like distinctively, like maybe with the red eyes. Just give red eyes instead of green, something like that. But you know, I can understand, yeah. No. We got such an opportunity. No. think this looks this will look a little cooler. Let's see. So we got the upper part is missing, and we have something for that actually. Corpse 1, 2. Would be cool if we hang like a few marines here as well. We got actually, you got something for this. Let's put him here. Maybe like there. Gonna move this over to the middle. So you get a good line, although we can actually remove it, might be too much. I think that looks quite alright. Maybe move this one a little more closer to the center. There we go, that's better. Okay. Can we actually hear in the elevator? Nah, might be too much. One thing what I want to do is actually, can I convey these key doors better? Maybe by an inset. Now, what I'm gonna do for the sequel of Annie, I'm gonna make use of 3D models for the doors and just integrate it, like have it like you know, like these meshes, like you have in Doom 3, you have the actual doors, but you have like a mesh around it. I think that will actually be interesting, and so that you can kind of remain consistent that way. If you use the same thing for each of the doors which require a key, the player will kind of learn from the beginning that is the type of door. You don't even have to approach it to know that you need a key for that door. So that's something I kind of want to do for the sequel. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to end the stream here, unfortunately. But we're getting very close to actually completing this level. Just item placement and a little bit of testing remains. Maybe a couple of traps here and there, especially if you pick up a key. Maybe this would be nice. Spawn some monsters here, maybe like the Arachnorps. Could do a few. And if the player wants to backtrack, you know, but we'll see. And then of course it's onto the hub area where we actually have to put in the final boss for episode 2, that is. And then we're ready to release episode 2. It's been I've been working on it for a long time. I'm so glad it's very close to completion. I got a brand new soundtrack as well, kick-ass, by like a professional in the industry. I think I talked about it before, but you know, we'll integrate the soundtrack as well. I'm probably gonna do a mix of like this Doom 2K16 type-esque soundtrack. It's kind of something in the line of that, and I kind of want to use Amorphous, more ambient, dark soundtrack, which is actually kind of go like it's gonna be like the main thing. Like it's very, you almost don't notice it's there. It has that, like a few Quake 3 Arena tracks have that as well. Just like very moody, very slow, ominous, is that correct? Type of soundtrack, you know, where there's no guitar riffs or anything, just slow, eerie music. I'm gonna go through, because I use footstep sounds in this mod, and I feel like with just the sound, like the soundtrack playing in the background when there's like slow combat, like no arena fights, I'm gonna use the heavier tracks for that. But just a slow exploring, very, you know, low intensity combat. If that is something, you know, that you can actually something that actually exists. I think when you're in combat, you know, there's no such thing as low intensity, but okay. But you understand what I mean in the Doom universe. So no boss fights or no arenas. I think the footstep sounds and just the monster noises, the atmosphere. So there's no need for a constant heavy banging soundtrack. But that's something I'm gonna, you know, during the testing phase, you will you can hear the soundtrack. I'm gonna keep it a little bit of a surprise until we reach that point. I'm hoping somewhere next week or the week after that. I'm hoping to actually start by integrating it into the levels. I have to do the same for episode 1 because I think we have 12 tracks. So I have to go through episode 1, but that's something for later. I really want to put episode 2 out, and in the meantime, while everybody's playing it and testing it, I can work on episode 1 to kind of bring it up to speed with episode 2 in terms of quality. And you know, I have to make a couple of adjustments levels and wise. I'm probably going to use a lot of sector portals there as well, because I haven't used any in episode 1. It's not even using the UDMF format, so I'm going to have to bring it up to speed with episode 2. So it's going to be a lot of polishing, you know. making everything prettier to kind of match the quality of episode 2. Probably integrate a couple of textures from episode 2 as well, while still trying to retain that, unique look of episode 1 still. But, just because there's a lot of time in between this episode and the first one. So hopefully in the third episode I'm gonna, since I'm just constantly, working on it now, episode 3 should be very similar in quality to the first 2 then. So we got a nice, fairly consistent package once that's finished. And then a little bit of R&R, and then, we can start working on the sequel. Looking forward to that as well, but it's gonna take a while, we're not there yet. I'm expecting at least a year. Unless I kind of, if my Game Boy game is released, I can fully dedicate my resources to this one, so it should speed up. But making great progress on the Game Boy game as well, so the demo, like the mechanics are all there. I'm working on the demo right now. And once the demo is finished, and the mechanics are done, then it's basically I have to animate a few more monsters. But the biggest, the most difficult tasks are actually completed already, and that's implementing the mechanics. So should all go at a reasonable pace from now on. Okay, fellas, thank you so much for watching, for the help, making my life a lot easier. Making my life a lot easier with the commands. And I'll be seeing you next week.